All right, distinguished delegates and observers, it is 9 a.m. It's time to start our session. Welcome to the 21st Century Cislunar Strategy Tabletop Exercise Workshop. You should have gotten pre-briefings in your inboxes. Some of you will be representing commercial actors on the moon. Some of you will be representing the scientific community. Some of you will be representing particular states. There's a number of states, including the diplomats from those states, the defense communities from those states. You should be self-organizing once we go to the break, but our workshop is set over 2 days. Morning session is set in the year 2030, and as it is 3 hours long, every minute of real time equals a week of 2030. So the clock is ticking. We have the scenario which our dungeon master, Master of Ceremonies, is going to lead us through. The afternoon session starts in the year 2035, where a different set of circumstances, including updated results and updated findings and situations on the moon, will begin. And then tomorrow's morning session will be set in the year 2040, where even further complications will be before you. You are tasked. Some of you will be adhering to the rule of law. Some of you will be lawbreakers. Some of you will be merely interested in maximizing shareholder value. The scientific community will be looking at sites of extreme scientific interest. And we're doing this exercise to tease out and find the points of contention, convergence, and areas of contestation, so as an outcome, we'll be able to look back and see what we need to work on in 2024 and 2025 as policy deliverables and things that we need to focus on after we go through this tabletop exercise. Are there anyone of our group who want to add further comments? Our Dungeon Master, Phil?
So after today's session, or after this weekend, this represents a template of something that could be run multiple times. This is not the only session. There are actually 10 more this weekend, going on in parallel. The more it happens, especially in parallel, you can study things like those convergences. And then this is there are practical examples that you could look at, study for specific moments or turning points that occurred in one or more that steered it toward one outcome or another, or were major points that caused extreme discussion need to be solved. Maybe even we put it on the internet afterward and let the AIs or the bots or people on Twitter replicate this hundreds of thousands of more times and get even more data.
So some of you on your delegations will see that there's 5 people in the room and you're very well represented. You'll also notice that there's a couple actors, state actors, so there's only one person here representing who's with us in person, but they will have a backup team that they will represent, and you will need to come into the main room to make your move or announce your decision. And remember that the clock is ticking, so there'll be less time for you to be deliberating on what a treaty article means or contesting a scientific fact. We are going to be constrained by rules. And we hope to do this. We think it's doable in person. We think it's doable on the sidelines of conferences. We hope to convene decision makers, stakeholders, people playing roles that they normally would play, maybe even people playing roles that they normally wouldn't play. So let's put somebody from the commercial community into the role of a scientist. Let's put somebody from the academic community working as a diplomat, et cetera, et cetera. That's all. Thank you.
Cool.